There's a Twitter account that I follow by the name of Ming Hung Lo. He's an Asian guy who speaks a lot of truth to power in regards to Black Americans. In this particular tweet, he was talking about why is it that Asians have hate crime bills but Black people do not, and specifically he said this: Black Americans experience 10 times the hate crimes of Asians, despite only being 2 times the Asian population. The fact that we have anti-Asian hate crime legislation while Black Americans still do not, after centuries of putting up with violence from white people and now illegal Latinos, is asinine. Now, he went about backing up his points by showing data from the FBI saying that, of course, Black people are targeted by hate crimes more than anybody else in the country. And then he went on to put up a map of the Black massacres that have taken place throughout the United States. And then lastly, he put up a copious amount of articles showing that Black people are now being targeted by Latinos, immigrants even. One said how they have a negative opinion of Black people. Well, if you ask me, that's really odd that you have a negative opinion of Black people, since it's Black people that are partially the reason that you're here. Now, what do I mean by that? Of course, we know that Black people vote for Democrats more than any other political party, right? And so with that, we have been voting for our own oppression and voting to help everybody else but us. And so a lot of the immigrants are being brought into or bused or flown in from Republican states to Black areas in Democratic-led cities and states, right? Well, of course, we know in our neighborhoods, it's dilapidated, it's devoid of funding and resources and a whole host of other things. And time after time, year after year, politicians say, oh yeah, we're going to get you that youth center. Oh yeah, we're going to improve the schools, or we're going to bring some jobs into your neighborhood, but they never do. And then when they're pressed about it, it's like, oh, well, you know, we're trying to find the funding, right? But all of a sudden, immigrants show up and it's like, oh, we got all these millions and billions of dollars that we can allocate to help them. So again, yes, we need a hate crime bill that specifically speaks about protecting us. But the other part of that is we need to think long and hard about who we are voting for before we go into the polls, because we know Joe Biden, he is the one that gave the Asians the anti-hate crime bill, but nothing for us. Even though when he was elected, he says, Black people, you stood by me, I'm going to stand by you. And he hasn't thought about Black people since. Like, he hasn't. So I agree with the Asian gentleman. We are targeted the most. We need a hate crime bill. And yes, now we are seeing the Latinos feel a certain type of way about Black people, like they have for a long time. And I want to say this is not all, but it is enough. It's not new that they felt a certain type of way about Black people, but now they are bold about it because, you know, they are whooping us as far as population is concerned. They are really populating the United States, and they're getting into positions of power, whether it's politics, whether it's the police force, whether it's the courts, and they're, you know, owning and operating their own businesses, and they're even at the helm of education. So that's what Dr. Claude Anderson told us to do. He told us to practice group economics so that we will not be a permanent underclass and now subservient in a certain type of way to everyone else. So y'all tell me what you think of this. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.